year, the New York Sharks, along with Fins Up Foundation for Female Athletics, host a football camp for girls. That's where we found defensive linebacker Tia Hopkins, who's also the general manager of the Sharks. She explains how she got started playing tackle football.
Well, I actually started playing tackle football because I was out of college. I played basketball in high school, and I just missed that team camaraderie, just having women around me that were like-minded. And a friend of mine joined the Miami team and told me that I should come try out. And so I went to a tryout, and that was in 2003, and I've never looked back. And what keeps me in it is just the women, just like-minded women with a common goal, just passionate about the same thing, and the relationships you build in this sport. Like the dynamic of women that are together, they would just never be together if it weren't for football. So it's just great, and it's just kind of hard to walk away from.
If I have my facts correctly, you pay money to compete. Men make millions of dollars. When's that going to change?
I would say it's going to change when women are able to start at a younger age. Right now, there are some great teams out there that can put out a great product that's marketable because it's a great game, it's competitive, but then there are teams that are not as experienced because women don't come from football backgrounds and the games are maybe not as enjoyable. So that's why it's important to involve the youth so that they get involved in football at an early age like the boys do, which is why the NFL level of football is so spectacular to watch, because these men have been doing it for so long.
Right,
so I think that once women get to that level, at least half that level, it'll be much more interesting.
Discuss the success of the Sharks football team.
Well, the Sharks is the longest running women's football team in the IWFL, and the winningest football team in the IWFL. And Andrew Douglas, our owner, is well respected by many teams around the league. She gets a lot of love from other teams. We're extremely organized, and I'm a player as well as a general manager, so I get to see all that goes into making this organization a success. And there's a lot of work that goes into it. The management, staff, coaches really care about the women, and I think all of that goes together to make it a great organization, which contributes to the success of the organization because the players believe in it because they feel like the management believes in them.
What do you do in your day job?
For my day job, I am the director of IT services for a technology firm that provides technology solutions for small businesses. So the large scope of my job is customer service because I like to keep my clients happy, but the baseline of that is the technical level by making sure their computers work and they can come into work and do the things they need to do every day.
Like other women on the team, then, you have to juggle a lot of things. You have a full-time job, plus you have this passion for football.
Right.
And I'm assuming that you have women on the team that have families and children.
Yes.
How do you do it all?
Well, I don't personally have children,
Yes.
but
you do have a day job.
I do have a day job, which, as a director, it's not just a day job. It's really 24/7. Combine that with the fact that being the general manager of the team can be a 24/7 job, also being a player, and I'm also in school. So it's a lot. It's a lot to do. So time management skills are of the essence when doing something like this.
So what motivates you?
That is a very good question. What motivates me? I'm really just self-motivated. I put my mind to something and I'm just all in. I don't like to do anything halfway. I just feel like if I'm not going to fully commit, then why even bother? But on a level of what makes it all worth it is on game day when we all take that field and we all have a common goal, and everything that we've worked for, the sleepless nights and the visits to the doctor and practice in the rain and the snow, and when we come together and win a game, it's the most amazing feeling in the world.
Have you gotten seriously hurt?
I have. I've completely blown out my left knee. I had to have surgery on that, and I actually kind of walked away from football for a while because it shook me a bit. And then I came back.
Of course.
No really serious injuries since then, but I do have some doctor's visits pending for things that they want to do to my body, but I'm like, no, we'll do it when I'm finished.
Do you see yourself as a pioneer, that you're showing young girls that, hey, this is an opportunity for you?
Absolutely. It's good that at this age girls have something to look forward to, especially nowadays where I feel like women's football is getting more exposure. More girls are starting to play at a younger age. High schools are slowly but surely becoming more open-minded to the idea of girls playing on the boys' football team. And then also in New York, a lot of the high schools are putting in more effort to get flag teams. So even if they start at the flag level, to know that when they get out of high school, there is something that they can do, and for them to be able to see it and interact with us and know that it really exists, I think it's a really big deal for them.
Distinguish flag from tackle.
Well, for me, as a linebacker, flag football is just something that I can't get my head around. I've been playing tackle football since I played football, never played flag prior to that. But a couple of years ago, I went out to play at practice with a friend of mine that plays flag, and I just could not get my head around getting this close to someone and not taking them to the ground and you know, pulling a flag. But I will say that I do notice that a lot of flag players are, especially with the 7-on-7, I think they're a lot smaller because it's more of a speed game, you know, whereas tackle, it's a mixture of speed and strength. And there's also more players, and I think a lot more scheming goes into that because there's more players and because of the mixture of the type of talent that you need to have.
So are you spending time in the weight room?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to be the best that I can be for my team, and you know, with me getting on in my years, I have to put more time into my body. It takes me a little longer to recover, and unfortunately, it doesn't take as long for me to get out of shape.
Do you have an audience at your games?
Yes, we do. We had a huge number of fans at our season opener this year. It was pretty mind-blowing. I would say upwards of maybe 400 or 500 fans at the first game.
And so it's growing.
It's growing. It is absolutely growing.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and the leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to MSLAW.edu.